Hello techies, welcome to MillennialTek. Thank you for joining me today. Today we'll be looking at how to install and configure Cloudera QuickStart VM. I will be using VirtualBox for this session. We'll be installing and configuring the Cloudera QuickStart VM. If you are into data science, or if you're a data engineer or data science, or doing some machine learning on Hadoop. I know a lot of people use other distributions of Hadoop, but today for this session we'll be looking at how to configure and install Cloudera QuickStart VM. To install Cloudera QuickStart VM, you have to download the VM from Cloudera website. So let's go to Google and do a quick Google search on Cloudera QuickStart VM. So click on the first link that you see, or in this case second link. I don't consider the first one always first because it's an ad in most of the cases, but anyway, so click on the link that you see here, and that will take you to Cloudera's website. So for this session we'll be using VirtualBox. I've already installed VirtualBox. If you want to know how to install VirtualBox, please see the link and description below. You can visit my website MillennialTek.com. You will get all the information. So let's select VirtualBox and click on Get It Now. So this will ask you for some information. You can just say for training or self-learning. I'm going to select self-learning, so I'm going to just say MillennialTek. Let's say MillennialTek@gmail.com. We'll call it MillennialTek, and I'll just give something. In this case, since you are learning, you can give your current job title. I'm gonna just say big data consultant, and you can give in your phone number, something. So you can select these options as you like. You can just say yes and I consent. I would like someone. I don't want someone to contact me. I get enough calls already. So if you wanna select this option, you can go ahead and select and hit continue. That will take you to agreement page where you just accept the terms and conditions. Just select accept and submit. That will take you to the download page, but in this case it'll start downloading the Cloudera QuickStart VM 5.13. that's the version currently available. So for this I've already downloaded the zip folder already. I've downloaded the package, so I'm just gonna hit cancel. So I've already downloaded the package in my drive. Hadoop training, let's do material. So you'll get a zipped compressed zip folder. You can extract it using 7-zip or any compression software. So just extract. I've already extracted it. So if you get inside the folder, you will see two files. One is this one is your virtual machine disk, and this is your actual open virtualization instance. So now that we have downloaded it, we can let's minimize that. Now let's open the uh, VirtualBox. I've already imported the Cloudera instance, but let me just show you how to do it. So click on File and click on Import Appliance and select let's go to the place where we downloaded VMs, in our case group training materials. So now if you see, it'll recognize only the open virtualization format. So you can select that one and click open and hit next. So it has all the pre-configured settings. At least to run this VM, I would recommend at least you assign 8 gigs of memory, 8 gigs of RAM, and storage controller ID. You can use PII X4, or in some cases, in some machines, it will cause problem. I'll show how to fix it. You will see flickering. So now in this case, you can leave the defaults or you can change it. I have set this as my VirtualBox home directory. Now if you click on import, that will take a minute or so. That will import the VM. So once the VM is imported, you will see the VM here, but as this is importing a few other things. So this I will be doing a lot of such data science and data engineering related videos, so feel free to subscribe, share, and like. Also, I appreciate your valuable comments and feedback. Please don't forget to leave your comments below. So for all these things that we're doing, I will leave the steps in the description below. So now that the VM is imported, so let's click on the imported device and just either right click and select settings, or just click on settings here. So once you click on settings, there are a few things that you need to change. So in the system tab, right now it's set to 4000 MB, that's 4 GB, but I would recommend you go up till 8 at least, so because it requires a lot of memory. I have a 16 gig system, so it can easily run 8 gigs allocated to this VM. And another thing that you need to set is click on display, and you see this video memory. So you see this complaining invalid settings detected. So that's because by default the default settings for video memory is at least minimum 9 MB, but I have a lot of space available, so I'm just gonna make it, let's say, 30 MB. And another thing you want to look at is click on network. So if you want your virtual machine to have a separate IP address or act as a separate machine or separate network interface, you can do that by selecting other options here. So in my case, I'll select bridged adapter. So netted setting will also work, but in my case, I want a um, separate network interface assigned to this VM, because I want to assign once we power up the machine, I want to assign a static IP address so that we can statically access the Cloudera Manager or Hue or web services right from the VirtualBox, right from the Windows machine. So I'm gonna select bridge adapter and select the network interface that's on your device. In my case, I'm going to select the dual band wireless adapter. So that's my Wi-Fi network interface. So once you select that, one last thing you might want to keep in mind is if you go back to the system tab, the chipset is set to PII X3 in it will work in most cases. In some machines you will see problem where once you start the machine you will see flickering. So in that case, if you do see something like that, come back and just switch it to ICH9. So once you're done with all this, just select OK, and so this way you have successfully imported the Cloudera QuickStart VM onto the VirtualBox. Now you can click on Start. Once you click on the Start, the VM should pop up, and it should start. This will take few seconds depending on how fast your machine is. So it might take a minute or so. So let's just pause right here and come back when the machine is booted up. Alright, so welcome back. The machine is almost done booting up, so it should start any minute now. So once the machine starts, we can get into the machine and I will walk you through the initial setup. Alright, it took more than a minute than I expected. So now the machine is booted up. As soon as the machine boots up, Cloudera homepage or the system homepage is started. So let me just close all this. The welcome page. So this is the first page that you'll see. It'll automatically pop up. So here you see the node information, the manager, and the IP address and the worker node. So it's a single node. It's a pseudo distributed cluster, which means it's a single node cluster. So now that's how you import a Cloudera a QuickStart VM onto a VirtualBox. So now you should be all set. All the services should be running. So for you to just check, you can click on Hue, and that should go to Hue. Just give it a second. It's just slow for me. There you go. All right. So remember, for all the access, the username is Cloudera and password is Cloudera. So let's type in Cloudera and Cloudera. No, I don't want you to remember. So Alright, it's kinda really slow, but you get the idea. So you can start going through Hue and look through the tutorial, and all the links are already set up here for your machine. So if you want to check the HDFS name node, click on HDFS name node. That will show the health. So you see it's using CDH 513 version. So the Hadoop version is 260. This is the node information, and if you want to look at Yarn Resource Manager, so this is where all the submitted Yarn applications, you can see them in the accepted state or running state. So same thing goes for HBase. You can look at the HBase master and get all the information that you need. There's not much right now. It's all a fresh and installed copy. All right, here you go. This is Hue. There are no databases or no tables created yet, so you can click on files to see the HDFS file system. Give it a second, and so let's go to root. You see these are the default folders. You can I'll walk you through how to set up the permission and everything, how to enable Sentry, how to configure user access control and other things. So I will show you the Spark history server. Let's look at, this is the Spark history server. So there's nothing running. So and the Uzi server and Solar. I'm not sure if Solar is enabled. So we'll look at each and every tool stack in the future videos. I will walk you through how to work with all these tool stack and how to develop applications, distributed applications using all these tools. So let's look at the catalog, Impala catalog server. We'll look at a lot of these tool stack and start working on them. In the next video, I will show you how to configure a static IP address, so that you can access all this home page. Instead of accessing inside the VM, you can access right from your Windows machine. So we'll go through that in the next video. Thank you for joining me for today. We'll take a look at Cloudera Manager in the next session. I'll walk you through everything on Cloudera Manager. So for now, that's all, guys. Thank you for joining me, and hope you'll come back and look at the other videos. Please leave your valuable comments. I appreciate your feedback. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.